Sexual pleasure is not the goal. The idea is to cultivate and bring awareness to our subtle bodies as women. And so by doing so, it enhances our sensitivity and it increases our capacity to fully receive and honor and reclaim our power as women. So today's kind of mantra or theme is this idea of honoring ourselves as women and bringing radiance to ourselves. And so I'm going to be doing the exercises 2 times. The first time it will be without the egg, and then the second time will be with the egg. All the exercises can be done energetically. You do not need an egg to do the exercises, and you're still going to get a lot of benefit. And so what I suggest is the first time to do it without the egg, and if you want to do a middle of road, you can do it with your finger, and then eventually working your way up with doing the exercises with your egg. Are you ready to begin? All right. So go ahead and we're going to be lying down for today's exercises. Lying down position. I have a yoga mat laid out and I'm just lying flat on my yoga mat. And what I want you to do is get your hands in a position that looks like this, where your index finger and your thumb are pointing and you're creating like a little triangle inside your hands. And so place your hands on your lower belly where your pinky is touching your ovary, okay? What I want you guys to do is, keep your spine straight. Feel the weight of your body on the mat. And just begin to notice the hands on your belly. And just begin to breathe into your hands, into your tissues of your body, down deeper into the sensation that you're holding your womb, the channel of your fallopian tubes as it merges as one into your cervix, and just really feel into this womb. Begin to breathe in and to feel the swirling and the power in this space. And on the in-breath, you bring that energy up to your heart. And on the exhale, you bring it back down to your ovaries. Just kind of do this for about 9 times, this orbital type of energy movement. Inhale up to your heart and back down to your ovaries. So that's typically my warm-up every time I start the practice. I like to hold my womb in this way as a way to prep it and connecting it up into my heart to give permission. So next we're going to go into the exercises. And so What I'd like you to do is just simply butterfly your legs out to open up your pelvic area. Head and place your hands outside of your vulva. And then begin to imagine the orange ball right outside your vulva area. And then let this ball touch your outer labia. And we're doing this all energetically through the erotic mind, that has the childlike innocence. It's children play erotically, so I'm asking you guys to be playful. So be playful with this orange ball, with your erotic mind that opens your senses to new sensations, to new ways. And allow that orange ball to simply touch your outer labia. Have the orange ball go down into your vaginal portal. And as it enters that space, begin to feel this idea of engulfing the orange ball. You're activating the frontal tissues of your vagina. You're activating and you're engulfing that orange ball. And as you're engulfing it, you're feeling its light, you're feeling its warmth as it enters your space, touching the tissues. The tissues become activated, full of light and energy. It then begins to move into the second channel of your vulva. Allow the orange ball to touch the left and the right side of your second channel, and to feel the warmth and the energy. And slowly engulfing it more until it reaches your cervix. Feel it touching your cervix. And then just take a minute and pause and notice how your vagina feels in this space, how it's full of this orange, warm light. And from here, what you're going to do is we're going to circulate this energy. So imagine the orange light swirling and filling the space, touching your outer tissue. And kind of just breathe into it. On the inhale, you're pulling it up through the first zone of your vagina, to your second, to your third, and then back down on the other side, through your third, through the second, to the first. And just begin to play with these energies, with these zones that live within your vagina. So that's the energetic practice. The next step is you can do the same sort of thing with your finger or with your egg.
And so if you're using the egg, what you do is the same sort of thing. How I usually like to start with the egg is I will often, either rub it to get it warm. You can also rub it on your breasts. This idea of connecting and warming up the stone. Feel the stone is warm. You can begin to rubbing it up and down your labia, circling it and just connecting with the stone. And then when you're ready, just like we did with the orange ball of light, we'll be doing the same thing. But instead of, you can still visualize the orange light as the egg enters. With this idea of just lightly putting the egg at the front of your vaginal opening, your portal. And then engulfing the egg in the front tissues. As it enters that space, really feel and imagine the tissues gripping, touching all sides of the stone. And you might notice that you begin to breathe a little bit different. Go ahead and just breathe through it. And then drop in deeper as you're breathing in. And then activating all the tissues and going into the second zone and allowing that to fully feel the space, touching all sides, the left and the right. Feeling into and being chanted by the stone, activating all the tissues, allowing it to touch the stone. And then you enter the stone up, all the way up to your cervix, touching your cervix. So from here, when we're doing it energetically, we move the orange ball back down. And so once the egg reaches the top or the back zone, zone 3, what you want to do is then push that egg back down. And so you can use your finger to guide it back out. And when I say that it's guiding it back out, you're not getting it out with your finger. Because what we want to do to get it out, we really want to activate the tissue. So it's the pushing. And then you pull it back up into zone 2 to 3. And so you just keep on doing that cycle through. And you do it for at least 10 minutes is